Pajirandalites, Yerks, and Taxons. If you managed to find some earbuds, welcome to the Wonder Years for all your Animorphs rereading and dimensional rewatching needs. I'm Lulu, and I'm not going to go back and do a second take because we are on a tight schedule here.
And I'm Satah.
Hi, Satah. How you doing this week?
I'm good. I accidentally did a little bit of burninating and filled my apartment up with smoke, but it's okay. It's under control.
Yeah, because they've been smoking all that weed.
That's me getting toasted, roasting and toasting, roasting cauliflower and toasting me.
I mean, it's legal in Canada as long as you're white, right? Like.
Yeah, basically. There's. Yes. Also, it's becoming like legal. But
yeah, my girlfriend over in British Columbia was telling me about. I was asking about that, and she was like, "I mean, yeah, it's legal as long as you're white," which is, I feel like that's how a lot of laws work.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is the wrong podcast for heady politics talk. What do you think of the episode?
This one had some ups and downs. It was called The Message.
Satah, please be a little bit more fair. This had one up and a lot of downs.
It had some downs. It had another down, and then it made me cry, but I also.
And then they finally crossed the line of scrimmage, and they got the first down.
Yeah. Was that football? I literally am asking. I think, is it rugby?
It's football. It might be rugby. I don't know shit about rugby.
Okay. I went to a really artsy type of high school, and our sports teams all sucked, but our women's rugby team was really good. So
God, I
that's
would have joined a rugby team if I had the option.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I wonder if there's a local rugby shindig around here.
That'd be
probably
cool.
not, and they might not be super welcoming to trans women, but
yeah.
you know. That's kind of what you got to worry about, the women's leagues.
Absolutely.
Andrea was talking to me about a skate night nearby, and I was like, oh, is it a women's skate night? And I didn't have to ask because obviously she's trans too, so I didn't have to be like, oh, are they trans friendly? But
yeah, I know.
It's nice to know that some spots are not, like that.
Yeah, and it should obviously be automatic, but it's nice when events are explicit about it because it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
This episode starts with Tobias nearly fucking killing Cassie,
which does happen in the book.
Yeah.
Except for I think Cassie's a skunk in the book. Is this the book where Cassie falls asleep while she's being a baby mama for the skunks? And almost gets stuck and almost becomes a nothlit?
No, I mean they've combined 2 or 3 books, I think, because that's later.
This one, yeah.
Because in this episode, we finally meet Axe.
Yes.
Which is I don't think that Cassie... I think that the skunks are a little bit later.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll actually get to the skunks in the show.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So, it starts off with unnecessarily dramatic Tobias, swooping down on a bunny rabbit, and then at the last possible second Cassie says, "It's me." I don't know why she wouldn't have said it way before then, but that's
maybe she didn't hear him. The hawks are the silent killers of the air.
Yeah, I guess it's just it seems like she's coming to talk to him, so you'd think she'd be like, "Yo, Toby, I'm coming into your area as something you might want to eat. Don't."
Yeah,
but that's fine, I guess.
I also do like how we've just completely glossed over the fact that, Tobias coming to terms with the fact that he's stuck as a bird. He's just well, this is fine now.
Yeah, because in the book, obviously, pretty much the entire point of his first book is him, becoming
having
comfortable with... Yeah, having depression and becoming comfortable with the thought that he has to kill in order to survive.
Yes.
And we sort of just start off here with him being well, guess I'm going to kill that rabbit. I mean, I guess we don't know if it's going to be explored later. I doubt it. But
yeah, same.
Though I will say we do start off with sort of an allusion to Cassie's whole moral dilemma, because we get over a very, very bizarre zoom in on her face where she's just completely unmoving, we get her saying, wow, it's Geralt.
Geralt!
He's just being really annoying and a weird guy.
He is a weird little man.
He is a weird little man. Cassie goes, oh, humans, we eat animals, and animals eat animals, and Yerks just see us as prey, so what does that mean? And blah, blah, blah. Just kind of the Cassie of it all. I love her so much. She just overthinks everything, and it makes me really happy. But the show isn't really doing justice to her moral quandaries, so it just comes off as really out of place. But I like that they're trying, I guess.
I wish they tried harder. Yeah,
they could try a little harder.
While we're on the topic of Tobias, this does remind me of this really good story that I read that Sophie linked me to. And it was a story about trans bias.
Oh, nice. That sounds really good.
It was called Bird in the Cage, and it was about like him coming out as a girl to Rachel, and it was really cute. Aww. I'm gonna link it in the show notes.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for trans stories.
Wow, I wouldn't have expected that.
Fuck off, and eat shit and die. Also,
okay.
Bite my entire ass off. Say that.
Jeez. At this point in the episode, Axe, who we don't know is Axe yet, basically just publicly broadcasts his like complete panic attack.
Yeah. Also, we see Visser Three breaking a rule in the book.
Oh, not quite yet, but yeah.
Well, yeah, we see Visser Three like in the lab, and the guy's like,
not yet.
It's a very good human.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
But yeah, we do eventually, because Axe does this twice. Geralt, no. Hey. Sorry, he tried to bite me.
Geralt.
He's just really feisty. I need to throw something for him. Yeah, we get there's this section goes on for way too long, where we hear Axe complaining, panicking. He's just completely freaking out, and it's
complaining like, such a whiner.
He's like, ugh, I'm crashing to earth. It's so annoying. Yep, he is a teenager. Who knows?
Yeah.
And Cassie and Tobias both hear it, but they're the only ones.
Yeah.
Of their group.
And Marco's got some great line reading here, which you feeling like a remix? We haven't had one in a few weeks.
I mean, maybe I'll listen to it again. It didn't quite hit me.
It didn't quite jump out quite as much as
did,
keep looking. They have to be somewhere, and oh yeah, I really should.
Yeah, exactly. Those were right. Bangers right off.
Well, if we do a remix, it's gonna go right here. But yeah, so Marco's got some great line reading. You know, Boris Cabrera is really like putting his heart and soul into this character.
Yeah, it's
Jack Gleason. Who? These kids are the real child stars.
Who's Jack Gleason?
Oh, Jack Gleason played Joffrey on Game of Thrones.
Oh, is he a child actor?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Let's see. Jack Gleason. I think he's like... Okay, never mind. He's 25. He just looks young as shit. Okay. Never mind. I assume child actor.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. I think that if we were to make this show into a drinking game, we would definitely have to have a rule about thought speak exposition.
Yeah, because they have to do it every episode because like they have to be like, okay, well, no kid. This is being broadcast on Nickelodeon. No kid is going to be able to see all of the episodes. Hi, Lincoln. My dog just came in. I'm going to bring him up and say hi. Lincoln, come here. Anyways, they have to explain what thought speak is because unlike us true diehard fans, people are going to tune in and be like, oh, what's this Animorphs show about? Why is there echoey words?
Okay. It's hard to say because it was so long ago that serialization and also the expectations of TV shows in the 90s were different for sure.
Yes.
But I think
that's why you had so many like theme songs back then that would just like explain the entire plot of the show.
I just feel as though thought speak is not that complicated to understand.
It's not.
I guess I can see how they would go, well, people aren't going to assume that it comes as part of the powers, but I really think that they over-explain it a little bit.
Just ever so slightly.
But also, I guess this is a kids show, and it was the 90s, so I'm a little bit more forgiving, but it still is every single episode. I'm like, this again, huh? Okay. And I guess that's fine. They throw a bone. That's kind of a pun, they throw a bone to like Cassie being really good at morphing, but the way this is explained is Marco saying she doesn't even crunch when she shrinks.
Yeah,
which is great.
That's really just there's none of the crunch, the crisp and the crunch,
Yeah.
the munch. There's none of it.
I love that in the books it's described as this like beautiful art form, and the TV show reduces it to, yeah, she makes less noise when she turns into an animal.
The silent crunch.
The silent crunch. Mm-hmm.
If you put the morph in your mouth for long enough and then chew, you will not make as loud a crunch, because morphing is just like Doritos.
Morphing is a lot like Doritos. I've always thought that.
I mean, there's so many different variants. There's not the nacho cheese morph, the cool ranch morph, the cooler ranch morph, which they changed to cool ranch. Why was it called Cooler Ranch?
I didn't realize that was a thing. I only know of Cool Ranch.
I'm almost certain Cooler Ranch, unless I'm completely out of my ass here.
I don't know if they have it in the States, because I know they don't have regular ketchup chips in the States.
Nope.
But
Cooler Ranch was the name of was a Dorito flavor for a little while.
Interesting. Yeah, that I don't believe I saw that one. We do have ketchup Doritos.
I mean, it's the same thing as Cool Ranch, but it's just they changed the name, I'm pretty sure.
Huh. I haven't actually tried ketchup Doritos. I have friends who are fans, but I haven't tried them because, frankly, it's weird.
Ketchup chips are good.
I
don't think ketchup Doritos would be good though. I like to dip a potato chip in ketchup, make my own ketchup chips. Bam, I'm Emerald.
That's not the same thing, and I hate it.
It does taste good though.
No.
Satah, have you ever dipped a French fry in ketchup?
The textures are so
It's the
different.
same thing.
Oh my god, fries and potato chips are not
testing.
fucking comparable at all. The taste experience, the mouth experience, the texture is completely different.
Satah,
the
try
temperature
it once.
is
It's
different.
good.
They're all totally different. Just because they're made of the same thing does not make them the same thing. That's crazy, and also I hate it.
Try it one time.
No, the viscosity of ketchup on like a thin, crunchy thing doesn't make any sense at all. You need like a thick dip to like really balance it all out.
Ketchup is kind of a thick. Ketchup is a thick dip. What kind of watery ketchup are you eating?
No, it is not.
Are you eating Hunt's?
I don't know what that is.
Hunt's ketchup, the brand of ketchup.
I don't know what that is.
Heinz, Heinz is a thick ketchup dip.
It is not thick, not compared to like a French onion.
I mean,
ketchup is not thick. Ketchup is like, I mean, it's thicker than water, sure, but no, it's not. I would not classify ketchup as thick.
Satah, I have to say, I love this. This is also absolutely the dumbest conversation that has ever happened on any of my podcasts.
I'm so passionate about this right now, and I might just be over caffeinated, or it might also be the thing that I'm dedicating my life to. I don't know. I can't see the future.
Next time you have some French fries and you have some ketchup, just like dip a potato chip in there. Just try it. One time.
No, I hate it.
All I asked Satah, one time.
Oh my god. Fine.
Please, do this for me.
I'll try it, I'll film it, and I'll die. It'll just kill me.
This is what we're doing when I go up when we hang out.
Fine.
Live on the podcast.
Fine. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna snag some ketchup packets from the McD's.
Oh, I would like to issue a public apology for my ketchup packet
fidget spinnering
last week. I did listen to the episode, and you can hear me. You can hear a soft squelching in the background for a good 2 minutes, and I am very sorry about that.
Now, see, that's fine, but I'm kicking you off the podcast because of your potato chip opinions.
Oh my god. No, it's not. I
Okay,
love
fine.
chips.
Fine. We can learn to love, but just one time. Try it one time. I tried a bunch of potato chips without ketchup. I want you to try it one time with ketchup.
Fine.
Do this for me, please. Thank you. So where were we in the episode?
Well, Axe has another public panic attack, and this time we see Visser 3 hearing it.
Yeah, because he's got like the scientist that this bargain bin Newman from this bargain bin Wayne Knight from Jurassic Park. He's like, you've chosen an excellent human morph, sir. And the Visser 3 is like, humans are weak. And then he goes straight from human morph to alien morph and like grabs the dude by the throat and possibly eats him.
I think he just threatens him. He
So
just grabs his throat, because at this point is when we start getting the other very, very overly long, shaky camera angle panic attack.
Yes, and Cassie, Tobias, and Visser 3 are all like screaming. But the thing is, Visser 3 doesn't go back to his base form, which you explicitly need to do in order to morph in Animorph.
Yeah, he goes straight from morph to morph.
And you can't do that.
No, you
can't. It's like Ben 10. Well, Ben was able to do that in later seasons, but it's just like it's just like the first season of Ben 10.
Isn't Ben 10 a ghost?
What?
Oh, I'm thinking of Danny Phantom.
Yes, you are! You absolutely are!
That's fine.
No, he's Ben 10 because he's 10 years old and his name is Ben Tennyson.
Oh, well...
And he can morph into 10 aliens, and then he gets like 5 more over the course of the series.
Okay.
And then one of them goes rogue and tries to kill him a couple of times.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. Visser 3 at one point expresses his frustration by throwing a table, but it's a rolling table, like it's got like lab equipment on it, and he throws it in the most gentle fashion I've ever seen anyone do anything, which I think is very funny. He's like supposed to be this cold-blooded, like ultimate villain, and he gets really, really freaked out and sort of gently nudges like a snack trolley away from him, and you're like, ooh, oh no, scary, Visser 3.
Visser 3 is a menace.
Yeah.
And so then is this when everyone decides like, okay, we got to go on the saving mission? Sorry to hurry this along. I'm on a timetable today.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my like favorite line of the episode though, because Cassie, after having this second vision, goes to tell the gang, and Marco says, "What's wrong, Cassie? You look like you acquired a ghost." Which is so fucking funny. And yeah, at this point, they basically assume that this is an Andalite who has crashed to Earth and needs to be saved, and they sort of are finding their way. There's a news broadcast that says government officials decline to comment on a UFO crashing, and they're not going to confirm or deny that they had anything to do with it. So they decide to go to the crash site and explore.
And there's like the whole Yeerk invasion set up there, right? The Yeerks are out in force.
Yeah, we see everyone kind of around, and they're all sneaking. There's a chase scene as usual where they hide really awkwardly, and then they keep going because they've been seeing these visions of sights. We learn at this point that the reason that the visuals that are attached to the panic attacks have been so confusing is because they're trying to simulate everything being seen from 2 sets of eyes, or at least that's one of the reasons, because...
I guess?
Yeah, like, because Cassie says, oh, it's all distorted and it's weird, like seeing 2 sets of eyes, and then someone else goes, like an Andalite? Yes. Yes, like an Andalite.
Nail on the damn head.
Yeah, they really got to drive it home. And they're sneaking around, and I understand that this is a budgetary concern and they can't just have animals all the time, but because it's on TV, and they have to think about stuff like that, they're human a lot more than I think makes sense. Like, while they're going around this abandoned building looking for this Andalite, like they
should be in recon morphs, which they have at this point, right?
Exactly. They should be in morphs both to...
Either half in the battle, half in the recon. And like a wolf morph would be like perfect here.
It makes more logistical sense for that reason, and also because that means that they could use thought speak rather than shouting shouting their way through this abandoned building.
And also, I mean, that they were not human and were instead animals for that time period, which is, it's a fun way to spend the day.
Yeah, exactly. And
oh my god,
yeah.
I just that thought that I just said out loud is like literally verbatim what I said as a kid, and like I was a furry. I was assigned furry at birth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were. That's true. I always wanted to be...
The doctor looked at me and put a stamp on my head that said man and also a stamp on my head that said furry.
Right, and one was right.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a cat, but I'm not a furry. I think I'd just like to be a cat.
I mean, I think that kind of makes you a little bit of a furry.
I don't know if it does.
I think it probably intimates that you might be. I don't think that... I think I know you well enough to say that you're probably not, but you have like some furry tendencies.
Like I've thought my way through this because I've like been like I'm really drawn to being an animal. I think I'm not. Like furry stuff doesn't really do anything for me, like in any way, not even just sexually. Like it doesn't give me any like personal satisfaction.
I do want you to imagine this.
Yeah.
An anthropomorphic version of you, like you fused with Geralt.
I mean, it would be, like, cool.
Okay,
but...
yeah. Okay, no, confirmed. Not furry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right?
your immediate, your gut check response to that tells me all I need to know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've walked through this with an open mind. I am open to the thought that I'd be a furry. One of the first things that my friend and I made up, well, we thought we were very clever. We would always play as werecats. Where we would...
You have all of the signs.
I've got all of the pieces. They just somehow don't fit together to mean furry. I don't know what that makes me.
Like, you got out the eggs, you got out the batter, you made the batter, you got the cake mix, and then you just, instead of throwing it into the oven, you just pour it all down and drain. You're like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the episode. Here's what I'm running short on time.
Yeah, Visser Three, who comes to get Axe, basically, he sort of comes through and he's thought speaking like, Andalite cousin, come be with me. I'm also an Andalite. And in order to save Axe from Visser, Cassie turns into a skunk and goes and sprays him, which does happen in the books, but on a different adventure. It happens when they're doing the deforestation. And I do want to mention, I also understand why they put Axe just in the city, but the visual in the books of him being underwater in his pod was so beautiful. And I know that there's no way that they could have portrayed it, especially in, again, budgetary concerns. But it's a very different feeling, and it's much less alien, which is too bad. It's not a criticism. It's just something that I would love to see at some point portrayed if Animorphs is ever made again.
Oh my god, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. My kingdom for like a direct to Netflix, like even just animated, I would take.
Totally.
Like, please
Absolutely.
give it to me.
Yeah.
Please, like, bestow it upon me.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Cassie sprays Visser 3, and Jake lets out this dumb little teen boy laugh, like, the skunk, but. Like, it's like
it's like a fart noise.
That's our fearless leader. And they're running and they're running and they're running. They go into an alley to escape, but there's no way out except up. And Cassie asks if Axe has any morphs with wings. And my adorable little baby boy son says, I don't have any morphs that can fly. I have a thing with heights. I love him. He's scared of heights like a weirdo. And Marco is correct when he says maybe you should have thought about that before you got in your spaceship, which is not wrong.
Yeah, like...
And like I asked you, I don't think that he's canonically... Like, I don't think he's scared of heights in the books. Like, that sounds a little bit familiar, but not entirely, so I'm not sure. But I just love it so much. And it's at that point that Cassie sees a butterfly... just kind of chilling in this industrial
in the sky.
It can fly twice as high?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, woo! Yeah, I got one!
I made a reference that you understood! Yay!
Oh, that felt really exciting.
Wait, no, that's not what I wanted.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that really, really satisfied me. And yeah, they all turn into butterflies, and I just have one small bone to pick with this particular scene, which is that the controllers are trying to break down this metal door, this industrial door, and they sort of manage to get a hole through it, and then it just sort of falls down, like the hinges have been removed, and it's fine, but it's not, I hated it. It's not how doors break down.
Yeah, no, that's not how that happens.
Yeah. And they escape.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, does anything else happen?
Yeah, well, that's the point where Axe, they're sort of, I think that they all regroup in the barn, and Cassie, like, bandages Axe up or something, and he says, well, you guys need to take me to Elfangor, because this is all fucked up, and I need to help. And they're like, hey, so the reason that we can morph is because he died, and Axe sort of runs into the woods, but stops really, really shortly into the woods. And
like hides behind
a tree.
He like goes full Sean Spicer for a second
so
there.
Cute. And I did cry a little bit because he's like, he was my brother, and I had a feeling.
You had a feel. You cried at Animorphs, the TV series,
yeah,
and it's okay, Satah. You're valid.
I know me. I know who I am. And
we all love you.
Then Axe acquires the gang morph, which is a problem to look at, and I am going to make a GIF of it so that we can link it in the show notes, because he acquires the 4 of them while Tobias kind of hangs out nearby, and then he's trying to make a mouth appear on his Andalite face.
You know what it looked like? I just realized what it looked like. It looked like the fucking annoying orange.
It absolutely did, and it's a real issue. It's a real problem for me.
I have so many problems with this, but
Yeah, and basically all that happens after that is that Axe pledges fealty to Jake, and it's the single most romantic thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is so heinously homosexual.
It's great. It's good for the two of them. It's also good for the gang's reaction, which is Marco's like, oh, here we go. And Rachel, like, looks between Axe and Jake in this way that's like, you two have a crush on each other. You two are gay. You two are gay. And it's great. And then over the credits, we have someone saying, tune in next time, where the Animorphs have a small problem with a big crocodile. So I'm excited to see what the fuck that's about.
I don't think that's what that is. I think that's the episode that's up next, because that implies that that's the episode where Rachel acquires a morph and gets allergic to it.
Yeah. So I'm because that's the only crocodile thing that I can think of in the books that I've read so far. And it'll be really interesting if they go to that immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode, I think, displayed a lot of its sort of most bizarre and bad tendencies of picking and choosing from good things from the books and ignoring things from the books, and really over-ambitious camera work and visual metaphors that don't land particularly well.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it's really hard for me to say if the character work was good or if I just really love Axe.
Yeah, I think you just really love Axe, which is like, it's fine, it's good, it's very good.
Yeah.
But, we did skip a very good scene of Visser Three yelling up at, like, 4 butterflies flying away.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Alright, let's get to some questions, and then I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Question from @Pidmon, Jasmine Marsh. The very frequent question asker. Hey fellas, is it gay if you use a fancy DNA blender technique so you can hang out with your best friend forever, Marco? We didn't talk about how Axe single-handedly ended racism very much, but he did do that again. We talked about when we got to it when he did it in the books.
Yeah.
But he also ended racism.
Well,
racism is over.
One thing is that the actor very much is white.
Yes.
So they've ignored the any sort of skin color that any blending of the four of them. But he also just doesn't look like any of the four of them, I think. But
no,
I guess that's fine.
That does it relate to Pidmon's other question. Do you feel like the casting was a good choice? I mean, I feel like if you squint, he kind of looks like a little bit like the rest of the cast, but you have to squint really hard.
Yeah, isn't he taller than all of them?
I think so.
I mean, I guess that's fine. I will say the actor himself in the brief time we saw him seems decent. He was playing around with the way that Axe does, playing with words, repeating them, and I didn't hate it. So, I mean, maybe he's totally fine. It's just very much doesn't align with the sort of combination of the four of them thing. That's all. That's okay.
Yep. And also, Pidmon asks, what do you think of dome ships and the concept of taking a natural ecology with you into the stars? It feels ambitious, frankly.
Well, first of all, it wasn't in this episode at all.
But the andalites kind of need to do it because that's the only way they can eat is with fresh grown grass nutrients absorbed through their feces.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're on a time limit, so I can't get into this as much as possible. But I think it's an interesting idea, and I think it's something that is often explored in space. I think space travel, but not to the extent that it could be when we start thinking about alien technology that makes space limitations much less of a concept. And I think it's interesting to think of how different aliens survive and their different environmental needs. So I think it's cool. I think that it's an interesting visual, and I think that it was completely ignored in this television show. Yeah.
So Satah, where can people find you online?
Sure. I'm on Twitter at nudity with an EA instead of the Y. And you can find a bunch of music that I do on Bandcamp. To go to my Bandcamp, you can either go to peopleyoumeetoutsidofbars.bandcamp.com, or you can just go to www.gaygothvibes.online. By the time that this episode goes out to the public, I'm going to have a new album up.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because I...
Go buy it.
Trent Radio, local place where I live, a radio where I live, radio station. Jesus. Radio station where I live does Record Production Month in February, where you basically produce an album in a month. So it's got 10 tracks.
You got experience with that.
Bodies and stuff. Yeah, 10 tracks is more than I usually do, and it felt exhausting to listen through, but it probably won't be for you. It'll be fun for you. It was just hard for me.
You can check me out on Twitter at Chie Shadonaka or Tumblr, chiesatonakas.tumblr.com. Check out the sister podcast to this one, Fear Baiting, where I'm currently having a bevy of guests look at horror movies with me through not a straight white cis person point of view. Mm-hmm. And also, you can find me on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, which is uploaded every week at 4:20 a.m. every Friday. 4:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. And that's my leftism podcast that I co-host with 12 other people. It's a really good show, and I really like it a lot. I also did guest episodes on In Pursuit of Passions, and What's Your Persona. You can check both those out. I'll leave links in the show notes. I don't know if the In Pursuit of Passions episode is up yet, but I'll link to the Twitter so you can find it. And I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the Wonder Years.
And next episode's going to be a live episode.
Live episode! Yes,
well, in-person episode.
In person, yeah. So send in your questions and stuff.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Yes. Okay. That's been this episode of the Wonder Years, everyone. I'm Lulu.
And I'm Satah.
And remember...
keep your hand on that Escafil device.